Bop!
Howdy hey, this is Frakbox, and I'm playing Pokemon Crystal in Italian, a language that I do not speak. So, something worth mentioning, I did grind a little bit, and I ended up catching something that I think you'll find very interesting. So I just wanted to quickly show you some of the stats for these Pokemon in case you're interested. The moves haven't really changed too much on most of the Pokemon. The levels have. So the Jolteon is now about at the level where I can, kind of use it in battle. But I also caught this Furret. I really regret not catching it on screen, though. The main problem was I found this shiny... it was a Sentret at the time while grinding. And I was like, well... when you see a shiny Pokemon, you need to catch it. So I caught it and then realized, oh, I have a couple of moves I could teach it. So I actually taught it Attraction at the very top there, because it's a female one, so it should be able to attract the male ones. Then it has Bought and Test, it has Headbutt, and I taught it Fury Cutter and also Rollout. So the plan is, this Pokemon, I'm going to put it up against male Pokemon. It's going to use Attraction, and then it has a lot of leeway. It can use Headbutt to kind of make them flinch if I feel like it, depending on. And then it has Fury Cutter, which would allow me to hit multiple times in succession. Probably what I would do is use it at the beginning of a battle if I know what the Pokemon is, and basically get the power of Fury Cutter up, and then just kind of like waste a whole team. Or there's Rollout, depending, giving it some difference, because that's a rock-type move, so that should give it some good type coverage. This is going to be a fairly good Pokemon. I think we're going to level this one up. So we have most of our team ready. Oh, I forgot to show you Crobat. Crobat hasn't changed too much. It just went up by like 3 levels. So that's the stats on Crobat. So yeah, most of our team is pretty much together. I'm pretty sure the last remaining Pokemon that we're going to get for our team is a Dratini, which will eventually evolve into a Dragonair, and I don't think we're going to be able to get it to Dragonite by the time we're at the Elite Four, unless I want to do a lot of grinding. And I don't really like doing grinding in this, because I want it to feel a little more like you guys are actually with me along the journey. But, oh well. We're going to go ahead and put this Furret in the beginning, and we're going to fight Team Rocket. So, we returned from the Lake of Rage, and we did catch the Gyarados. I'm not going to use it in the party, but I'm pretty sure we go down here, and Lance is kind of beating these guys up. And he's basically like, yo, dude, there's shady things going on here. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that went down the wrong pipe. So now we're going to enter their secret base. Okay, here we go. So I think these statues are security sensors, if I remember correctly. Man. So basically we have to defeat Team Rocket grunts in succession. We're probably going to battle a lot of these guys, mainly for the money and for the experience, since they give more experience than like wild Pokemon would. Oh good, you're a male Pokemon, so we're just going to use Attract on you. So Attract is great, because 50% of the time, they do like this. They just literally cannot attack me. So probably the best thing to use, Bug is strong against Psychic. Fury Cutter is a Bug-type move. So we have essentially a very effective way to deal with Psychic-type Pokemon. This Pokemon is going to be like a powerhouse. And it was... one of those things where it just kind of all aligned. Oh. Well, I guess we can't use that. Well, we are prepared. We have Headbutt for situations like this. Probably could have just used Headbutt to begin with. It's actually one of its more powerful, like, single-use moves, because you get Stab, single-type attack bonus with it. Just kind of training with this Furret, like leveling it up off screen, I was like, wow, this Furret is really powerful. As you can see, Attract basically can affect almost 50% of all Pokemon, because the split is usually pretty even. Oh, I guess we're confused. Yeah, so the split is usually pretty even between male and female. There are some exceptions, of course, like in the case of Magnemite. Let's see, what else? I think Voltorb may not have a gender. There are certain Pokemon that just do not have genders. Sorry, there's a tiny fruit fly around here. I don't think we even have any fruit. We've been getting a lot of flies recently, and I don't really know why. Maybe just because it's getting warmer or something, they're finding their way inside. I did have to put up my air conditioner, so it's off right now, so you can't hear it. But obviously there may be some like holes in the screen or something, so maybe they're getting in that way. Wow, they're like all male Pokemon. You know, I probably could have gotten this one in one hit, but you know, it doesn't really matter. The good thing is now all of the Team Rocket Pokemon are about at the perfect level for my Furret to be facing. So while I did some leveling with those other Pokemon, it's still kind of a challenge because I'm just going to try to stick to Furret and Jolteon, because those are the two lowest level ones that I have. Oh, it's a Grimer. Wow, even this is male, goodness. Do they make it so that the Team Rocket grunts have Pokemon of the same gender that they are? Like, because there's male and female ones. I don't know, I never really paid attention to that before. But, let's see, Rock is not... Let's just use Headbutt. Might as well. Headbutt is a really good move in this game. So the good thing is I think I mentioned with Headbutt, it has a chance to flinch. So a lot of my Pokemon are kind of based off of these time-wasting strategies. Crobat is very much based off of that. We discussed that in the last episode. Furret here is definitely like controlling the battlefield, give me time to do what I'm trying to do, waste your turn sort of thing. If you let me keep going, I become more powerful than you can even imagine, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, Headbutt basically, so they have a 50% chance of not even doing anything because of the attract, and then Headbutt just flinching, so even if they make it through that, they might just flinch. So, this is a very powerful tactic. This is, Furret is deceptively powerful when you give it these tactics. So, I don't think I even took any damage. Yeah, I didn't take any damage. That's crazy. Okay, so we are going to fight more trainers than people would usually try to fight in these, simply for the experience. Let's see, anything going on that's worth mentioning? If you want to join the Discord, I know that I mention this in every episode, but there are links in the description. Definitely join if you want to have conversations with gamers, people who are interested in... Yeah, well, these are all male. If you want to have conversations with people who know me, or fans of the channel, or fans of my brother, we have different sections for various things, like we have a Brony section. There's actually several channels dedicated to Brony interests. So if that's kind of your flavor, then by all means. We also have different... Oh, come on. We also have various... channels for discussing like Pokemon, Animal Crossing. We even have a section for like COVID-19 news, for making sure that we're spreading good information for people. So we very much like education. My brother and I are really into education, language learning, things of that nature, so I will post documentaries there from time to time. That's something that's very important to me specifically, is the spreading of knowledge, and knowledge is power. And a lot of these YouTube videos are kind of just me, I'll be talking the entire video, right? But I'll also try to teach something as well, because I think that I have that natural, like, I want to teach people things, I come from a very long line of teachers. Well, not long line, but you know what I mean. My grandpa and my mother are teachers. We just kind of have that will to, like, dispense information, if you know what that if you know what I mean by that. So it's I just like seeing people learn from just things that I pick up. So a lot of times it's actually funny because I'll mention things that I think are like common knowledge, and people are like, "Oh no, I've never heard of that," and it's like very surprised by that. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, that's I must have missed once or something, so we'll just use this. Oh, I forgot to use a tract. I got too into the zone. We also have frankumbrothers.com. The link to that. Actually, I'm not sure if the link's in the description. I'll have to like put it there, but we do articles there, mainly written by me and a couple other people on the Discord. And if you are interested in writing articles, related to gaming, of course, or just getting your foot in the door and want some writing advice, we have a section on the Discord for that specifically. So, not to sound too much like an advertisement, but we are trying to help content creators. So if you are interested in getting involved in content creation, I would like to help you out. I can show you how to do what I'm doing. I've even been involved in some podcasts, so I have a fairly good idea of what's necessary for a podcast. I think I have... I've mentioned this on the channel before, but if I were to... With all the things that I've learned, I'm not even sure that like, if I went back in time and sort of went, hey, like, let me just try to dispense all the knowledge to you that I have as far as what to do and what not to do. I'm not really sure how good of a job I would do, to be honest, because a lot of this is sort of like... How do you explain? It's like small things, small ways that you would like change your body language or change your like the way you say things, or like there's a lot of behind the scenes things that I don't know that I could even like put into words like that you're supposed to do. Like I'd have to actually like show by example if you know. It's hard to explain a creative process in a way that would make sense to someone at square zero. It's kind of like learning a language, which I've been doing. You can recognize when somebody is an expert in a language. You can generally recognize when somebody is a native speaker, right? But you wouldn't necessarily be able to just recreate the same rules and expectations that you would innately kind of recognize as being masterful. It's kind of that same thing. You have to learn those rules in order to grow in mastery of really anything. So a lot of the problem is a lot of people, they're like, oh, I could do something like this, and it's like, this is really hard to do. Like the amount of effort and like emotional work that you have to put into making one of these videos is just so much like emotional labor. I'm not even sure that I can communicate it. It's I think I've mentioned before that I have no idea how Markiplier does this like every day, like all day. Like I couldn't imagine, like as much as I'd really like to, I can't imagine doing this for like even 4 hours. And that's different than even just doing streaming, right? Because with streaming, you are not going to be able to maintain the same like talking rhythm that I'm doing right now, where you're just kind of saying the first thing that comes to mind. You wouldn't be able to do it. You really have to like take it more slow, and you have to, you know, not that I've done a whole lot of streaming, but I don't know. I think they're both hard in their own way. Videos released like this, because like there's a lot of work that goes behind just even one of these videos. So I mean, not to mention, because even if theoretically this were really easy, which I guess some cases could be made, but ignoring the emotional labor that has to go into like being extroverted when I'm not extroverted, right? Because I know that a lot of Let's Players, maybe with the exception of like Jacksepticeye or something, are actually very introverted people, and they do this for whatever reason. But basically pretending to be an extroverted person, like I'm doing right now, is obviously an act. Like I'm not you know, this, like, open with just spouting words out of my mouth as I would normally be. Normally I'm more cautious about the types of things that I say. I let things ruminate for a little bit longer. I let ideas kind of sit, and then I kind of boil them down and say, and, like, either I say something or I don't, you know, but generally I err on the side of not saying things. So, this is just a shift in what I would be useful had I not had a bunch of training, like in call centers, where you kind of have to just talk all the time. And that comes with pros and cons, which I could get into, but I'm not sure how interested people are in this subject. But if you are interested in becoming a content creator, in a roundabout way, I was attempting to explain that we would like to help you, or at least I would like to help you, whether that be, you know, making a podcast or doing YouTube videos or what have you. So it takes a village. So let's see. I'm not really sure what else to talk about. We're probably going to end it after this battle here. Furret's probably just going to, like, use rollout here and just go at it. But I'm really glad that I was able to get this Furret. It's always great whenever you get a shiny Pokemon, and, yep. So this is Frakbox. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe if you liked it. If you didn't like it, actually, dislike it as well. Yeah, if you dislike it, that still helps me.